is going really smooth. Hello book besties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Emasu, a book lover that's always on a binge. And for today's video, we are doing another TBR picks for the month. As usual, we will be using our TBR prompts from our handy dandy TBR vase. And this one did me good last month. We were able to read 4 books out of the 5 that I've chosen from the prompts, which is fairly good in my opinion, because last month, May, it was a crazy month of new releases. Luckily for the month of June, there is not much new books that I'm really looking forward to. So I think I will use this time to catch up on the new releases that came out in May, because there's a couple that came out later in the month that I haven't read yet. And if they happen to align with some of the prompts that I end up picking up, then great. If not, no worries, I'm still gonna read them. So I'm thinking 5 to 6 prompts this time, even though I do plan to be starting a new series. It will be the Boys of Tommen series, because I did in fact pick up the latest book from the series, which also came out at the end of May. So it's gonna be an emotional month for me. I'm also continuing the Zodiac Academy series, which I took a month off from. I'm already set basically, but I'm still wanting to read from the prompts as well so I can further lessen my TBR, my physical TBR. Anyway, let's pick our first prompt. I'm gonna shuffle this a bit more and hopefully we get something new this time around. As usual, this is very hard to pick from. I don't know why I still use this, but I like to repurpose things. The first one will be a book with a cover that drew you in. I feel like my English sometimes when I write these things, they don't make sense. So I think I'm trying to say it's a cover that I liked and bought from. There is actually a lot of books that I just chose for the cover itself. I'm gonna pull a few of them and then we'll decide. So I pulled 3 books that I think would fit this prompt fairly well because the covers are stunning. And I actually have a huge pile of new books that I bought on my bed. Right now I'm actually looking at it. You can't see it though because I am planning to do a book haul / reorganizing my bookshelves because there is no rhyme or reason to what's going on behind me. If there are any books from that new pile that align with the prompts I choose, then I'll pull it out for you guys as well. But for this one, these are the 3 that really had the covers calling to me. First one is The Phoenix King by Aparna Verma. She did make an appearance in my TBR video of May, which if you haven't watched already, make sure you check it out. Go ahead, I'll wait. Did you do it? You did? Ah, shucks, thank you. I appreciate that. Make sure you leave a like. I believe this is an Indian-inspired fantasy, and the cover just looks beautiful. That's one choice. The second choice that we have is Immortal Dark by Tiges Gurma. This is a vampire fantasy book, I believe. Vampire fantasy romance, I want to say. And it's set in a dark academia, which I'm a sucker for. I'm a sucker for anything gothic and academia. So both of them combined is like a deal breaker. But the sprayed edges, no soul can enter without an invitation. And this itself, this is art. The third choice that we have is One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. This is a modern day Romeo Juliet retelling, but with witches, which is very intriguing as well. And again, this cover art, it's beautiful. How will we choose on which one to pick? There is an app that I use whenever my friends and I can't decide on what to eat. So I'm gonna try it for this. Basically, I just put 3 fingers because we have 3 choices, and whatever finger the circle surrounds, then that will be the choice. So how do I decide? The index finger will be The Phoenix King, the middle finger will be Immortal Dark, and the ring finger will be One for My Enemy. So let's try it out. Huh. Aha! Let's see. Oh, middle finger. What did I say middle finger was? Immortal Dark. Time for my vampire era once again. I love myself a good vampire fantasy romance, so I think I'm gonna eat this one up. Our second TBR prompt will be... oh yeah, there we go. A book that has been on your TBR for 6 months or longer. We have a lot of options in that department. Okay, hold on. In all honesty, I'm trying to avoid starting a new series from the prompts. So we're gonna go with An Education Malice by S.T. Gibson. I read A Dowry of Blood by the same author and it was amazing. I had such a good time with it. It was such a unique way of telling a story through a love letter basically, or a confessional letter. It was just beautiful. I loved the writing, so I think this one will be right up my alley, and I believe this is more of a dark academia. Yes, it is. It says, sumptuous and addictive, An Education in Malice is a dark academia tale of blood, secrets, and insatiable hungers from S.T. Gibson, author of the cult hit A Dowry of Blood. This seems to be a sapphic romance between two academic rivals, between Laura Sheridan and Carmilla. Now for the third TBR prompt. A book by an author you've never read before. I swear I picked this up last month too, but the universe is telling me to do so. So, you know I'm definitely gonna go for this one then. One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. Since I didn't get to read this last month either because it was one of the choices but I didn't end up picking it. So this is gonna be the time for her, and that was a very easy pick actually. I've never read from this author and I've heard really great things about her writing. This is going really smooth and I think I'm gonna lean towards 6 prompts for this month. We've already done 3, so 3 more to go, and by the size of each book so far, I think I can read them at a fairly good pace. So yeah, let's do 6. Let's do 6 prompts. Hopefully the next 3 books are also around the same amount of pages, you know? Let's just hope not for a thick one at this time. The 4th book will be...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
How come once I said that, I get a prompt that says a book that's over 400 pages? Wow, the universe really just listens to me today, which usually never happens. No, I can do this. I can do this. We can read one that's over 400 pages and still do 6 prompts. Because if you believe in me, we can do it together. Besties, okay. Let me go find a book that's over 400 pages. I believe I went above and beyond by picking this book because this is 522 pages. It is The Isle of Sin and Shadows by Carrie Lake, which to me, so far, Carrie Lake has been a hit every single time, and I've only read 2 books from her, but I've heard such amazing things about Isle of Sin and Shadows. I believe this is a paranormal romance. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know much about this, but that it's one of her best work. In the Louisiana swamplands, ghost stories are as much a part of childhood as chasing fireflies and crawfishing. They never much scared me though, nor the possibility of evil out to do me harm. Until the night I watched shadows come to life and butcher everything I loved. Oh, well that turned dark real fast. With a stranger's help, I managed to escape to an isolated place miles north and in time became my own ghost story, a cautionary tale for the locals. Nearly a decade passed before I returned to my birthplace in hopes of unearthing long-awaited answers. Instead, I found something I wasn't looking for. Someone, a remedy for my loneliness. Or so I thought. Oh, okay. Turns out Thierry Bergeron is no elixir. He's a deadly poison cursed by the demons of his past and feared by those who call him the elusive Rougarou of the Bayou. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. A devious rogue whose seductive whispers and rough hands haunt my dreams. The big bad wolf that defiles me without apology or remorse. I should resist him, but I can't. And when the shadows return to stake their claim on me, his darkness is the only safe place to hide. Doesn't that sound good? I love her. Her slow burns are everything. The tension that she makes you feel before you get rewarded with that romance. It's frustratingly good. She's also known for having glossaries in her books, and this is not an exception. We have a lot of French words like bonne nuit, bonsoir, ça va bien, c'est bon. And it tells you the English translation to it. Also, make sure to read your trigger warnings with this book because she clearly states what they are. And she also says it's also very slow burn with regard to the romance and focuses heavily on the mystery, which I love. There will be steam, but you'll have to suffer the tension to get there. She even tells you herself. Thank you, Carrie Lake. I will highly enjoy the frustration of the romance that will be blooming. Our 5th book will be... Please be one that I haven't done last month. Oh, a book that has a 2-word title. Okay, that's fairly easy. So this book that I picked is actually from the pile of new books that I recently bought as well. And it's Art Choice Boys. by Mia Sheridan. This is a contemporary romance. Let me read the back. I want to lose myself in the small town of Pelion, Maine, to forget everything I had left behind. The sound of rain, the blood, the coldness of a gun against my... Oh, this is kind of dark. For 6 months, each breath has been a reminder that I survived and my dad didn't. I'm almost safe again, but the moment I meet Archer Hale, my entire world tilts in its axis and never rights itself again. Until I trespass into a strange, silent, and isolated world, Archer communicates with no one, yet in his whiskey-colored eyes, something intangible happens between us. There's so much more to him than just his beauty, his presence, or the ways his hands communicate with me, on me. Oh, but this town is mired in secrets and betrayals, and Archer is the explosive center of it all. So much passion and so much hurt, but it's in Archer's silence that we might just find what we need to heal and to live. I think this is a story about survival and healing through love. I wouldn't doubt that I'll be crying by the end of this. We're down to the last book. Our 6th and final prompt will be... Oh, a book that has an animal or plant in the cover. Well, the Phoenix King did have a bird. Is it mythical? Do you guys know? I don't know. But I'm gonna count it as one. Let's see if I can find another one. Alright, I found one that has a plant on there. Even though the plant also has skulls. Shaped like skulls. Concerning? A little bit, but I believe this is like a dark romance, so why not? We have either The Phoenix King or The Fabric of Our Souls by K. Moranova, which I actually read Leave Me Behind by K. Moranova, which you will see in my reading wrap-up that's coming up next week. But I loved it! I'm gonna use the app once again because I'm indecisive and that helps me decide things. Pointer finger will be Phoenix King, and then The Fabric of Our Souls will be the middle finger. So, let's see. Oh! It keeps choosing the middle finger. What is this sorcery? That means The Fabric of Our Souls by K. Moranova will be our 6th and final book. And the first thing that it says is, I'm 26 years old and I want to die. Oh, so when I wake up at the hospital with my brother weeping over me, I know my life is about to change. What I don't expect is to meet a stranger with cruel eyes and a morbid sense of humor that surpasses my own. I'm even more surprised when I arrive at Harlow's Sanctum and realize that my brother has selected an unorthodox rehabilitation center for my recovery, and my roommate is none other than the man with cruel eyes I met the day prior. I crave death. He craves life. Can two people like us cure each other? Opposites attract, as they say. And by the looks of it, this will also be a spicy and sizzling, suspenseful, dark, gothic romance type of time, and I'm here for it. And lucky for me, this is only 279 pages long, so yes! Alright, to recap, the first book that we had chosen from our TBR prompt is Immortal Dark by Tigus Germa. And I didn't actually show you guys, but without the dust jacket, also stunning. It says, seek mind above blood, and if you must bleed, use it as ink. Okay. Our second book is An Education in Malice by S.D. Gibson. One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. The Isle of Sin and Shadows by Carrie Lake. Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. And then lastly, The Fabric of Our Souls by K. Moranova. These are all the books that I've chosen from my TBR prompts. And this is a very ambitious pile, but I believe in myself, and if you believe in yourself, it'll come true, as they say. So you'll just have to look forward to my June reading wrap-up to see if I actually read all 6 of these. Anywho, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!